Let's perhaps start off with the 7% GDP growth. Is it realistic? And why do you think that some countries are not meeting that expectation?
Yes, the 7% growth target is very much realistic. This is a number that was not just decided upon. A lot of research went into this, a lot of analysis went into this to come up with that target. And therefore, it is quite a realistic number to target. Every country has got a different macroeconomic framework. And because of those, sometimes it throws them off the target. And this is clearly from the past 5 years that we can look at and see how many of those countries were managed to even come close to 7%.
Tanzania is one of those countries that are doing something right. What do you think other member states can borrow or learn from Tanzania to achieve what Tanzania has achieved so far?
Namibia came close to 7% in 2014 when we registered 6.4%. And if one looks at these two scenarios, you can see that that time when Namibia registered 6.4% GDP, it was driven mainly by construction. Price of commodities were good. We had so many other byproducts that Namibia could boast. And that is exactly what has been driving the GDP of Tanzania. Logistic, they have got one of the best harbors. We have the transport sector has also boomed, and the mineral sector. So these are the sectors that have kept Tanzania's growth up. And there are other fundamentals that Tanzania managed to keep. For example, the ease of doing business, things like peace and security. These are things that investors are looking at, and it gives them comfort to bring in more business. And because of that, the rule of law, for example, is very, very important.
Which areas of the economy do you think right now have the potential to contribute to the growth of GDP?
Yes, Namibia is very fortunate that we have got one of the best harbors in place, and we can harness that and develop further to support other mainland countries. And so logistics and transport is critical for Namibia. That's first. Secondly, the tourism sector still remains very much, there's a lot of opportunities, and it's critically important that once developed, it can really entail and instill growth in the economy. Talking about the fourth revolution, yes, Namibia is still in the process to embrace that. Namibia need to embrace the fourth revolution, which is basically the fusion of technology and digital space. This is the area that the world is moving towards. And if Namibia can position itself perfectly, we can harness benefit and growth from that. And that will put us on a positive trajectory, getting us closer to 7% as the target for SADC.